Hey folks, Dave back here in Studio B. Boy, it's been a rainy few days over here, and when it starts to rain, you I don't know about you, but it just kind of sucks the life out of you. Especially it's like a Sunday. It's my one full day off during the week where I really don't have to think about anything hockey related or anything like that. I can just kind of enjoy the day, whether it's watch TV or, have breakfast with the wife or walk the dog or, go out and do something. It's my one day that I don't have any real work commitments. I mean, I think I did a movie read this morning, but it's one of my few days that I can do anything I want to do. And because it's gray and rainy out, it's tapped the life out of me. And I haven't played anything today. And I had the whole day too. The wife's on a trip, so I got the whole house to myself. I can make noise. I can do what I want. And I haven't played anything yet. And last night I was kicking around. She was kind of packing up, getting ready to go. We had a whole bunch of people over that were getting ready to go on this trip, and I'm downstairs and I was on the Appa site. I ended up putting some things in my cart, and then I got busy and I never get back to it. And it just prompted me to ask this question here. This midlife crisis, grocery shopping with Dave. Yeah, nice. Yeah. It got me thinking about, we all have plenty of games. Let's say, let's face it. I have plenty of games. I don't need any more. For the rest of my life, I'd be all set. I'd never repeat a game. I'd never repeat a team. You know what I mean? But every now and then, you gotta spice it up. You do. You got to get something new to keep it fresh, as they say. As Mr. Rothman stops by as well, and it just got me thinking. It's like, it's been a yucky day. Don't really want to play anything, and I got so much I could play and do. But then, maybe I should go online and grab something. Grab a season. Grab a new golf course or something. Not go crazy or anything like that, but just get something that would spice some things up. It's kind of like you got plenty of food in the house, right? Let's just face it, we all have plenty of food in the house. I would hope that you would. Okay, and you go out to eat, and it's like, man, we have all this food at the house we should be eating, but I want to go out to eat. I'm really in the mood for this, or I'm in the mood for that, or I don't feel like cooking tonight. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I'm liking this too. It's, or maybe there's a sale on something. There's a sale right now. Strat's having a sale. Strat's been doing a great job with sales, by the way. And maybe it's just something that you just like, I feel guilty. Like I say, I feel guilty going out to eat when I have a refrigerator full of food. But I know I'm probably not going to throw that food away, most likely. Most likely I will get to that. But sometimes you just got to go out to eat. And that's kind of how I look at this here. So we got a few more people stopping by. Robert stopping by. Justin. And he ordered 67 for History Maker Base. I'll try to get out of his baseball funk. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? And Jeffrey stops by. That's what I'm talking about. Is I was kicking around Appa last night. And I haven't played Appa golf in about a week. I got real hot and heavy into it. And I was playing a lot of it, and I was really learning it. And then I got into a hockey funk. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the finals that were coming up or whatever. I do have my Florida shirt on, by the way. This is an old school Florida shirt. I like this one better. The new one's very majestic looking, but I had this. I've had this for years. I think when they first come out, I got it. This is probably 20, 25 years old. I'm not sure, but anyway. So I'm in Appa last night, and I'm throwing a bunch of things in the cart. As I do, I load it up, and then I back it off. That's just what I do. I was like, oh, here's my wish list of things, and I back it off. Sometimes, and we talked about this before, I will purposely put something in a cart and then take it out of the cart so I can buy it later on. You know what I mean? You don't want to buy everything at once and have a stack like this. You know what I mean? You want to keep having things come in the mail. So it's like, I'm going to order a couple seasons, or I'll order a golf course, or I'll order this. And then in a few weeks, maybe you get something else. So you get something new in the mail. It's kind of, what it reminds me of? As Robert says, I just ordered new replay scenes. Yeah, see, that's what we do. As Jeremy Brooks says, yep. Andrew stops by as well. And it's kind of like, they say to trick a dog, like if you have a bone this big or treat this big for your dog, right? And you give it to him. He's going to eat that for a little while, but he's going to consider that one, right? If you take that and you break it up into 5 pieces and you give it to him, he considers that 5. It's still the same bone or the same whatever it is that you're giving your dog for a treat. But if you break it up into pieces, he or she, the dog, will assume that is 5, not 1. And that's kind of what I do myself. I say, okay, I'm going to, instead of ordering all the seasons I want, I'm just going to order a couple. And then in a couple of months or so, maybe I'll order a couple more, And that's kind of how I kind of trick myself that way. But anyway, so I just didn't know what you guys thought about that. Is not that I'm in a gaming funk per se, but the weather being what it is, and it's kind of weird that the wife's out of the house now, so I got the house myself. It's so quiet. It's like, what do you do? You're used to like sneaking in the game before dinner, or waiting, after dinner, and she goes to bed and play a game. But now I could play at any time, so it's kind of weird. But again, I kind of just I need to go back into I don't know if it saved my card or not, but I need to go back to the Appa site. I had picked out that par 3 course. I think it's like 9 holes of par 3, and then there's something else. And then I thought about getting the amateur cards too. They weren't that expensive, and I thought about trying amateurs playing at some point, maybe like an amateur against a pro or something like that. But I was kicking around. Then I was like, do I grab a hockey season while I'm here? Do I grab a baseball season when I'm here? Do I want to grab a Strat season or something like that? Because I did pick up some baseball on the Strat sale. And again, I get plenty of seasons and the whole bit, but there's something about, going out to eat when you got plenty of food in the house. It's just, you need to do some things like this once in a while. And I'm not saying I'm going to be dropping hundreds of dollars, but if I spend $50 and I get a course and a few things or whatever it is, maybe I buy a new season for one of my inside sports games or something like that. But can you buy your way out of a gaming funk is what I'm asking you. Sometimes you buy something, and what else is neat? Sometimes when you buy something new, right? So you go and you get, whatever, you buy a season, right? Sometimes now, because it's new blood coming in, fresh meat for the grinder, sometimes it actually prompts you to play one of your older seasons or older games too. Or maybe that's what it is. Maybe you got a game that you've had for a while, and I'm going to get a new season, and now I'm going to pull out that game and play it again. So sometimes a new season will spark some things. And again, you might even pull out an older season. I've done that, as I've ordered a season for a game, and then this is a great game, and I have this season. Let me pull this season out and play that. And so sometimes I go through that as well. Midlife crisis. I've been there, done that. Sometimes purchasing something new, playing it a little, will motivate you to play something else that you already had. Happens to me all the time. Okay, good. So I'm not alone in that. Okay, I'm glad to know that I'm not alone, because I thought that was kind of weird that I would I have all these Appa hockey seasons behind me, but if I were to get a new one, I would play that, but it would also get me over into that corner to say, hey, I need to play something Appa here. It's like, I ordered this season here and haven't touched it. I need to play that. You know what I mean? To justify getting that, to justify the new season, So I'm glad I'm not the only one that when you get a new season, sometimes it just kind of, it's like a breath of fresh air, and it reminds you why you have these other seasons to play, and you pull it out. Like the other day when I was testing my camera, I just went over there and pulled out a couple of teams that I've never played before for, I forget I don't even remember what season it was. But I was like, I've never played these 2 teams, and I dropped them on the table and played and have some fun with them. It was a good time, Let's see. And Midlife Crisis also says that he bought Strat 76. Now I got 76 too. I haven't done anything with it, but I do have it. And he just finished 77. He's going to put 76 away for now to play another product, but on the back burner. Yep, I hear that too. I have a lot of products on the back burner, and I go back to them. I'm like, oh man, this was fun. Like the other night, I played some shootout. I played another. I got the Cleveland Barons 77-78, and I played another game of that. I haven't posted any results or anything, but I did play another game of that, and I had some fun with it. And then I promptly went right into some Stone Cold hockey, and I played some of that. I did the whole was it 93-94 Ranger Devil game is what I did. So Anyway, I'm in the. I'm still using the 1080p, so you'll probably see some stains on the shirt because I did play hockey with the shirt back in the day, and I don't know if it's blood or beer or something on here. So this is not a very clean shirt. This was actually game worn by me from time to time. Anyway, where are we here? And let's see. See, just got the 6970 replay hoop season himself, says Jeff. Okay, nice. World's Worst Gamer. No amount of money he can spend will get him out of a gaming funk. Yeah. And that can happen too. Sometimes no matter what you get, it just doesn't get you out of it. I went through one, was it last fall or the fall before? And I made a mental note to keep track of my gaming funks when they come, because they come out of nowhere. And they hit me hard, and I don't play anything for 2 to 3 weeks, and I just can't bring myself to the table, and I don't know what it is. Now, to be fair, at the end of August, when September hits, right after that, was it Memorial Day weekend here in the States? Right after that, it's like boom, everybody kind of buckles down after that. Summer's officially over. People are back to work. Nobody's thinking about vacations in summer nearly as much as they are. Everyone comes back to playing hockey. The juniors start up. I start doing the play-by-play. So that's like a reset button for me. So to be fair to me, when that weekend hits, that next Tuesday after that, it's boom, like emails and phone calls. It's ridiculous what happens, how it just goes nuts like that. And so I don't tend to have a lot of time because everything hits me at once, and I'm trying to organize everything. So that's when I go into my gaming funk, because I just don't have the time for it. And it frustrates me because I want to play so bad. And sometimes I'll set something up. No, I just got too much in my mind to play right now. So is it late? Maybe it's Labor Day, Larry? Is that what it is? I get it mixed up. There's Memorial Day and Labor Day. One's in May and one's in September. And I no disrespect to anybody, I just mixed them up. I think you'd be correct. I think Memorial Day was in May and Labor Day's in the fall. So that's what it is. Okay, it's the Labor Day one. Memorial Day kind of kicks it off. Memorial Day in May kicks off the summer of my doldrums and people not wanting to play hockey, and there's not a lot of things going on. And Labor Day is the reset button. So yeah, okay, that's what it was. And let me see, what does Justin say? You can never fulfill the hunger. You can only temporarily satisfy it. Same with gaming. That's a good way of putting at it, you know. And David said there's nothing like that new game smell. Yeah, or I will add new season smell as well. I mean, let's face it, there's not a ton of new games out there to buy. Maybe you haven't played something. I know there's a lot of games I haven't played yet that I could get. But I kind of think more of like buying a new season or buying a new prop. Like I've been playing around with some cameras over here. I got a new camera that I like, but then I'm using an old camera and I'm trying out some new setups with that. So I've been experimenting with things like that. I bought behind me over here on the table, I bought a new arm for the camera, and I don't know if I like it better than the old one. So I've been doing a lot of playing around, you know. I think it was like $25 for the stand or something like that. So, I mean, I'm trying to get my Studio B a little bit more functional, if you will, because sometimes I get wires and stuff everywhere and I can't see anything. I can't see what I'm doing here because of all the stuff. Because Cards and Dice is a pain in the neck to try to stream, and it never looks good. I can't get it to look good. But so sometimes I'll buy a piece of equipment to try to make it look better, so things will do better. So, I mean, sometimes it's that'll get me out of a funk, too. It's like, oh, okay, I bought this new camera, I bought this new wire, this new stand. I need to try it out with something to see how it works. So sometimes that's what it does, too. Let's see here. Anybody else in the chat? Did I miss anything over here? Hopefully I didn't miss anything. But, yeah, so I was kicking around last night in the Appa store. And even in the Strat store, the only thing that stinks about the Strat store, it's not very full. It's half empty. Sometimes it's more than half empty. Because there's a couple of more. I really enjoy the Strat baseball in basic mode. I just do. It's very similar to Appa. Sometimes I'm in the mood for Appa, and sometimes I'm in the mood for Strat. I really am. And I really, I would pick up some more Strat basic baseball seasons because it's just such a fun game. I really do. I like the Strat baseball. And but again, some of the seasons I want are out of stock. In fact, I think I pretty much on their website, anything I would play, I think I've already bought. And there's not many of them. I think I have five or six Strat seasons, maybe. And like I say, I would order some more of the 70s and 80s. They just don't have them. So that's why I go with the Appa, and I enjoy that. Or even season ticket, which I want to get back to as well. It's just, with season ticket, though, I don't know if I want to cut out all the cards and to show off on the table here. I like playing season ticket. I have the full sheets of the teams, and it's faster for me to play. It's just, it doesn't look all that well streaming, if you will. But I want to work on that. I do, because I want to play season ticket's a really fun game. Season ticket baseball, it's a lot more deeper than Strat Basic and Appa, that's for sure. But it does some things I really like. It's a lot deeper. Lately, I've been into the basic stuff. As you can see, I even dumbed down my Appa hockey a little bit just to kind of make it a little bit more smooth. I got rid of a lot of things. I got rid of like the matchups. I got rid of the corner battles, and I think even the rare plays. I think I get rid of too. They're optional. You don't need to use them, and I think the game plays fine without them. I mean, it is fun. When you do some of that stuff, it's fun. The corner. Sometimes it's fun to have that corner battle, and the line changing I've dumbed down too. And so sometimes it's fun to have that stuff, and other times it's like, it's just not needed. The matchups, sometimes they just produce a very boring play. Sometimes they produce a scoring play, and sometimes they don't. But it's like the game comes to a halt while you pull out the table, and it's like, I don't know if I want to do that. And Jeff says, my Appa golf videos got him to pull out ASG golf for some play. So thanks for the motivation. Yeah, I guess motivation comes in many different ways. You don't necessarily have to buy something. Sometimes you see somebody play something. Like I was watching people play Stone Cold Hockey. It's like, okay, I need to get back to Stone Cold Hockey because that is a really fun game. And so I agree. Sometimes, you see somebody play something you want to play. The Appa golf is the other thing. Everyone's playing Appa golf. It's like, I want to play some Appa golf. I saw the ASG. I might pick that up on a sale. I'm not sure yet. I'm kicking back. Like the next time ASG has a sale, I like to get it and try it and see if I like it. But it's different than the Appa. It's very different than the Appa. And I guess probably because I'm a little used to the Appa golf. I mean, not that I played it a lot, but I like how that center line really kind of orientate you on the shot. It helps me figure out the shot. It really does, as far as getting around trees and the whole bit. I do like that. And let's see, Mr. Rothman. I get into a gaming funk because of meds I have to take. And that's the other thing. Sometimes it's health. It's your physical stuff. It's like, what's going on in your life? Is it work? Is it family? Any other outside sources can really affect what goes on here. Hang on one second. I want to turn on my fan. Hang on one second. I always forget to do that. It's been cold here all day, and as soon as I turn on the lights, it gets hot and stuffy down here. And it's like, I need a little airflow here. So getting back, so outside sources can get you into a gaming funk. Didn't buy any new ones, but I go back to old emails for things I haven't downloaded. So he currently has a 67 NASCAR season using Daring Races. I hear Daring Races is a fun game, And many years ago, when I was a teenager, you choose either Appa or Strat. Few did both. Yeah, they're different games. And I can see the allure of both. I can, because I play them both and I like them both. And there's things I really, really like about Appa. I like all the seasons that are available are the biggest thing. If they had as many seasons available as Strat, I probably would pick one or the other. But knowing that I can play any season of Appa, and a lot of times they have everybody carded too. I like that. Strat doesn't always do that. And they're limited on what seasons that you can purchase, But I do like them both, and I like them for different reasons, And it all depends. Just because you play Strat doesn't mean you don't like Appa, and just because you play Appa doesn't mean that you don't like Strat. When I go up with Chinese food, does it mean I don't like pizza? No. When I grab a pizza, does it mean I stop liking Chinese food? No. It's just I wanted something different that night. The other night I pulled out Strat and played Strat, and I enjoyed it immensely. And then I pulled out Appa the next night, and I enjoyed that immensely. So, And let's see here. World's Worst Gamer here. What I buy, I always want. I just don't buy anything. I tend not just to buy anything, but there'll be times, especially during a sale, it's like, okay, this is like a fringe season or a fringe game for me that I'll buy on a sale. Getting out of, if I was to play with you, it'd get you out of a gaming fund, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen with me either. There's nobody near me that I know that plays these games, and the few people that I tried to show liked it, but they weren't into it. Of course, my wife's not going to play this stuff. I tried to play with one friend of mine, but he's like not into sports at all. But he gave it a try. I will give him credit. He gave it the old college try, and he did play some hockey with me. I think it was Strat hockey back in the day, and he knew nothing about it. And I was trying to show him, and I just like, hey, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to shoot or pass? And we played a game, and I mean, I thought he enjoyed it, but it's nothing he's going to go play again. Let's put it that way, So I don't have anybody local either. I actually prefer just to play myself because I can play at my own pace. I can use my own rules. I just prefer to play alone. I just do, and I always have. Unless I play cooperative. Like when I play video games, I like to play cooperative video games where everybody's on the same team fighting the same goal. That's fun to me because you're not competing against anybody. You're working with people. I always like that. I always preferred that. But yeah, so I'm just kind of popping on here tonight because I hadn't played anything. I usually don't play till night anyway, but maybe tonight I'll figure out what I can play. Maybe stream something tonight here, or maybe I'll just plan to play offline as I try to figure out what's going on. Am I going to go back? I'll probably go back to Appa, and I'll go to the cart, see what I put in there. I know I put a course in there, and I might have put some golfers in it. There wasn't a lot in the cart because again, I'm not playing a ton of Appa golf to want to go and buy a ton of stuff. But that par 3 course looked kind of fun. And Appa's a long game to play, too. So this is not something I'm going to collect a lot of courses. And I have a lot of cards right now, so I don't need a lot of cards. But I thought about if I bought a course, that par 3 course looked fun, and maybe the Duffers, what do they call it, the amateur card set, which was $12 or something like that. That might be a fun, inexpensive purchase to kind of jumpstart me, to get me back into playing something. Robert says that he only plays solitaire. Yep. I get that. That's all I do. Like I say, I play my own pace, play the teams I want when I want. I thought about going to one of these conventions or one of these gatherings, but I probably wouldn't play. I probably would go and hang out and just kind of see everyone and walk around and see different games being played and how they play it. But I don't think I'd want to go and actually play as a competitor in one of these things. Just not my style. I just don't like that. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to go jump off, grab something to eat, and maybe I'll come back on later with a game to play as I still kind of playing around with my cameras here. I'm still not completely satisfied with the setup I got, but I ordered a new wire for my other camera that might actually help me produce some better videos. But, yeah, so what do you think? Can you buy your way out of a gaming funk? If you buy something shiny and new, is it a season? Is it a game? What is it? Is there any way that you can buy your way out of a gaming funk? You're waiting for that package to come in, or maybe it's a PDF and you print it out and you cut up the cards and you play a game like that. Who knows? It really could be anything, But sometimes, buying a game, buying a season, having that package come in the mail, or printing out a new season on your computer, or going down to Staples and have them print it. Sometimes, like I just got the new 22-23 hockey season from Shootout. And that was something that, that sparked me to go back to Shootout. I played a couple of games of Shootout with that. You see the cards come in. Ooh, these are nice. You cut them up. You're like, oh, man, this is awesome, I think I put a couple teams in the helper, so maybe I'll do that tonight. And so, again, it's something new just to kind of get you into it. So let me know what you think. And before we go here, Jeffrey says, I've calmed down my buying. I have most of the seasons I want in my sports. Switching season project gets me going. That's another good way, too. Sometimes you got to go look and say, geez, I have this season. Let me go play it, and the whole bit. But sometimes, like I say, you get something new that comes in. And, yeah, like Andrew says, new cards are always a nice thing. Even if it's not your favorite season or your favorite team, You sometimes you just want to like I say, it's our hobby, and you want something new to come in. And and World's Worst Gamer says he doesn't play competitively, or whatever. He just wants to play and have some fun. I get it. That's just me. But so anyway, let me know what you think, your thoughts on this one here, and maybe I'll see you guys in a little while. Again, I do have a kind of a slow week here at the house. Hopefully, work won't be too overwhelming, and I'll be able to come on here with a bunch of different games and show some things off and have some more chats like this. So I'm Dave from Studio B in 1080p. I don't know. How's it look? Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I won't. I got to see. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.